bet I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
What up, everybody? The Gritty Gamblers are back in the building. How we doing? Let us know in the chat. Hey, Matt, how are you doing?
Woo! After that weekend parlay, well, we was
Pretty good
cooking on
weekend.
with the puck, man. We
The
had a good
NBA's
weekend.
flying through right now for me.
Woo. We had an 11 for 13 weekend on the hockey picks this week parlay, man. Only misses were 2 on Saturday, were the one with the Islanders losing on Saturday in overtime, as well as the Sabres losing in regulation to Detroit. However, we went perfect Friday night, we went perfect on Sunday, and we hit every other game we bet on Saturday to go 11 for 13. We did miss the bets we put in on the last show. However, we locked in right after starting on Friday night with a 2-leg parlay with with Winnipeg minus 1.5 and LA minus 1.5. Both were playing shitty teams. One team won 5-0, the other team won 6-0. It was one of the easiest bets of my life. No question about it. After that, we rolled into a rough overall. I mean, to be honest with you, college basketball was painful for me with some of these parlays. I had a 6-leg that missed because Kentucky wanted to lose. You had Kentucky too. I remember when they lost to A&M, man. I had a 6-leg parlay with Illinois, Florida Atlantic versus North Texas, Houston versus Texas A&M, North Carolina versus Pitt, and then I had Marquette versus Providence. I got all the other games right except for that one. So that one sucked, but after I was locked in, because the morning time was rough. Those tickets were rough. We locked in and hit straight on the Rangers three-way money line plus 130. Look at some of these odds we're hitting parlay. It was disgusting. We hit Tampa Bay Lightning three-way money line plus 200 versus the Florida Panthers, man. They were underdogs. I bet them not only to win, but to win in regulation, and they did.
Nice.
Crazy game. Crazy. And then we had 2 more bets that night. Pretty much, besides the 12 o'clock, you know how I like to hit a game in every window parlay? You know how that's kind of my strategy?
Yeah.
Saturdays are when I make the most money because I generally am more locked in and there's the long windows. I hit in every single... Huh?
There's so many windows.
Bro, put it this way.
There's always one window that you always fuck up though, I feel like.
And I fucked up the first window of the day, the 12:30 window of NHL.
I didn't touch it because...
Yeah.
I was like, no.
I proceeded to hit the 3 o'clock window, the 5 o'clock window, the 7 o'clock window, and the 10 o'clock window. I hit all 3. I hit all 4. It's because I hit the Tampa bet I told you about, the Rangers bet I told you about. I had a 2-leg parlay, Columbus Blue Jackets three-way money line minus 130 with Boston Bruins three-way money line minus 135 to make them plus 207. Hit that as well. We also hit the straight-up Colorado Avalanche money line, normal money line, late-night bet, 10 p.m. game I slept through. I didn't even watch versus the Oilers. I went back and watched it because it was one of the better games of the year, but it was tremendous hockey. Proceeded to move into Sunday, where we hit the Vegas Knights and the Rangers three-way money line, which, hey, man, I tried to tell my man Parlay Joe to tail with me on Sunday, man. He wasn't feeling it, man. He missed out on the gold. Man.
Wasn't feeling it.
And we ended the night with a nice little 2-leg parlay, which when the Carolina Hurricanes went 1-1 with the Senators in that game, I live bet them with the Blues through a money line to make that a nice little plus 147 bet, and the night with a nice little top off. So the run we went on, pretty much we had a streak of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're currently on a 9-game streak of hitting. That's why I'm scared to bet tonight, which we will get into in a little bit later. But yeah, my weekend was all hockey, crushed it. How about you, Parlay?
The exact opposite. Well, I'm crushing, but it's all NBA. It's all NBA. Every now and then I'll hit a hockey one. When you put it in and I like the money, I'll take it. If I don't like the money, I'm not touching it. So.
He's getting into it. What happened to the money on Sunday afternoon? Was it correct, the money?
No, it was incorrect. But
I'm not saying I'm always right, but I gotta get my shit off when I am right.
No, you're right about the hockey stuff. The hockey's way off.
Oh yeah, bro, because that's my opinion on when it comes to public betting with hockey. You have to disregard it.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't. That's like the only thing I look at. So
And here's the thing, because hockey is not like ball sports like football, basketball, baseball. When it comes to the books don't have as much control on that sport, is what I'm trying to get at, in terms of what they can do and what they can't do. The
yeah,
books don't have that many angles. That's why you'll see lots. Like for example, Florida was minus 170 on Saturday versus Tampa. I was feeling Tampa before I even started to see some sharps, because I saw a couple sharps on Tampa after I took them, which confirmed it for me.
yeah.
But for me to put the three-way money line in, I had it was more just a gut feeling at that point, because everybody was probably on Tampa on Florida on Saturday. They beat Tampa twice in the year. In the last game, they beat Tampa 9-2 in Tampa. They're playing them at Florida that game in Sunrise. Bro, I knew there was no chance Tampa was losing that game, bro. Absolutely no chance. And to break it down for you, hockey at this time of the year is one
Yeah.
I love this time of the year for betting, bro. For when it comes to hockey, there's so much data, and you know how there's some things where you can't say the same thing every year. Like for example, if something happens the same thing every year, like Purdue losing in the March Madness, which we'll get into later, they say, well, you can't say that's gonna happen every year. There's some things in hockey which just are gonna happen every year, and one of those is the Tampa Bay Lightning are gonna tighten the f up when it comes to playoff time.
The
And
Tampa Bay Lightning are gonna tighten up. That was such a weird. Oh man.
I said that was alliteration, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think the Titans actually use that though.
Tighten up.
They do that. I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
they say tighten up. I said tighten, as in like a different, different
But
version.
when you said it, I
Yeah,
thought you meant
it
like
hit you
that.
with
That's like the
the
first thing I because listen,
yeah. Tennessee
the
fans rent free in
Tattoo
your
is
head, sadly, man.
their corny ass shit.
You telling me the Tennessee Titans rent free in your head, man? You gotta stop.
Nah, bro, tighten up, bro. That's so corny.
Y'all competing for Ladarius Sneed right now. Parlay don't know how to act.
What happened?
Oh,
You there?
we got parlay. Do we have
Yeah,
parlay?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. I'm here.
I said you guys, you two competing for Ladarius Sneed right now. You don't know how to act.
Yeah, we're gonna get Legere Sneed. We are.
I heard the lean is towards the Colts right now, so I'm not even gonna troll.
But I've also seen that so everything is pointed to we're getting him except for like one post. So
It's either you guys are getting him or he's staying in KC at this point.
yeah. The trade's done. It's a
It's
third and
it's
something
the
for
money.
next year.
It's the money.
It's trying to give him $22 million. And
That's
apparently
ridiculous in my opinion, but
yeah, apparently it's all the guaranteed money right now. It's the only thing we're waiting on. But also Stephen Holder came out, who's been saying the whole time that the deal is done. Came out like Saturday and said that that there is no deal at all. So I don't know because that sounds like bullshit to me. That sounds like they need to like the
that
culture
sounds like
trying to
that sounds
lower
like
it
media
down to
negotiations.
yeah,
People
yeah,
negotiating through the media.
exactly. The culture trying to lower this stuff down, make the fans not want him because he knows the fans want him because he's on Twitter liking and
You know
posting,
what the difference is though? In
and
my
he's
opinion,
posting with Colts players.
parlay. Look at this though. Look at this though. It's hard to tell a Super Bowl champion to come in and try to take less money when he can just do that for the team he won a Super Bowl with. That's gonna be the problem, and that's why
Yeah,
you're
but he
gonna,
also said he's not playing on a tag.
brother. If he's the tag's like how much is like 20
20.
million, huh?
20.
Bro,
He
that's my
wants
point.
22.
That's my point. If you're not gonna give him the 22, you don't think he'll just take a 20 million from the Kansas City?
We have 29.
Pay him.
But then what are we going to do about rookies and a safety?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, y'all don't got Commanders cap space. We got $63 million in cap right now.
We already spent all our shit, bro.
Bro, you saw how many people we brought in, and you saw how much cap we have. That's how you know Adam Peters already got the cap guy in doing crazy math.
We did get Raekwon Davis, though. That's sick. And Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco is the backup for Ant.
That's cool. Joe Flacco wants to be there.
Yeah, man, the whole thing going on with how he left Cleveland and the amount of cute quarterbacks Cleveland has right now is really weird.
Yeah, I don't know about Cleveland.
But we said, but we both were like, but Cleveland, nah,
don't talk about Cleveland.
nah. Let me pull this up. Where was I looking at? Let's cover a little bit of NFL news before we get into, because the main thing on the schedule today is going to be covering a little bit of the March Madness futures. We're going to look a little bit into, I'll cover NHL tonight, obviously. I don't know if I'll bet it, but we are gonna cover it because it is one of the worst slates I've ran into in the whole entire season. I mean, for at least for me personally, you
Bro,
have
there's
one
two
of
games.
it's not even just bro. I've dealt with 2 game slates. There was a 2 game slate on Thursday with the toilet bowl teams playing against good teams, so it was bad. However, when it's one of my team, well, not one of my team, the Caps, my team is playing in a tight game, which I haven't leaned that the Caps should win this game, but knowing the Caps, they'll find a way to mess it up. But I did see Dustin Wolf is in net, and if that's the case, I am going to take the Capitals. Normal money line, no 3-way, none of that hogwash.
Yeah, so
Five,
the money's way off.
it's on Calgary, right?
Yeah, but I'm also seeing back the slight underdog on the road.
Bro, because they beat the Canucks
Down to
2 nights ago.
100. Down to
They
100.
Bro, so the line's dropping, but so the money's looking sus as terms of it's a weird money.
It's at 114 though. They're saying you can bet it all the way down to plus 100. So they're saying if it goes to 110, don't touch it.
It's at 116.
For minus?
Oh, you talking about who are you talking about for Calgary?
No. Caps.
The Caps are plus 116 right now. They're the underdog.
Yeah, if it goes to minus 110, they say don't take it.
Oh yeah, no, they're plus 116 right now. I'm probably gonna play it.
Basically, as long as it's plus money, it's a good bet.
Yeah, because they just went on the road to
Might be able to get
Vancouver.
a boost too on DraftKings. I do think there was one available right now. Any game boost.
I think I'm gonna play. Yeah, I think I'm about to do
Why
it.
not, please?
I can't bring myself to bet on the game involving the Kraken, so. You know how the Kraken have been this year. They're like the worst team we've had to play.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Bro, I can't bet on them, and the Sabres are one of the 2 misses we had from Saturday. So the only hockey bet I'm putting in tonight is going to be the Capitals. Capitals money line, baby, just locked it in. Plus 116, normal money line. On the road. They're my team. That's why it's so hard to bet on them. But I like what they're doing right now in terms of what they got going on. If they win the game, it's going to be 2-1. Literally 2-1.
So when we get to basketball, I got another a free play at DraftKings.
Okay. And then just to cover the last game of the night, Seattle and Buffalo. The reason why I don't want to bet this game is because the Sabres have a back-to-back, and they got to go to at Vancouver tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So I don't expect them to start Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen tonight, which is their ace goalie. Like, it's a difference when he plays versus when he doesn't play. And if he does play tonight, then the lean might be Buffalo in terms of they're going to have a better shot to win tonight than they would tomorrow night. Because if they go to Vancouver playing Devin Levi, Eric Comrie, whenever one of these guys, shell, they're getting lit up. So that's the lean. Depending on the goalies tonight, if Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen is not playing tomorrow night, take the Canucks versus Sabres. It's not going to be pretty for them. The Canucks are going to beat them up. But those are the only 2 games tonight. I don't really think it's probably necessary to cover Tuesday's games just yet. None of the spreads are really out. There are some interesting matchups. I'll tell you this right now. Looking at Tuesday, just to bring it up, I like the Hurricanes on the road going to the Islanders. Depending on what the money line is, I like that, man. I do. I can't lie. The one trend I've noticed in the Islanders and the Hurricane series this season is the road team has won the game every game this series. The road team has won every game. The Hurricanes won their game on the road. The Islanders won both their games on the road, and they were all earlier. The Canes are a much better team than they were then in terms of what the talent they have with the Kuznetsov and Gunsel in the lineup now. As much as Parlay likes to fade them, the Canes are the hottest team in hockey, in my opinion, right now. Legit, like dead ass. Like
I just don't like the Canes.
because you live near them. It makes sense. But
I never liked them, so yeah.
do you hate the Predators too?
Nah, I'm fine with the Predators.
Okay.
They used to have some black guy that played for them, right?
Oh, Subban.
Yeah.
He's an analyst now for ESPN.
That.
But the only loss the Canes have in recent like close games is like when they played the Rangers 1-0. And right now, the measuring mark for me right now is Florida. And They're the reason Florida's on a 2-game losing streak because before Florida lost to Tampa, they lost to Carolina. So that's always something you got to take a look at. Tuesday, there's a couple spots that do excite me. Depending on if Larkin's back. Tuesday is when Dylan Larkin's supposed to be back for the Red Wings. So the reason why I bring that up, it's going to be an odds opportunity game potentially. The odds won't be as strong and adjust because Larkin being out coincided with the losing streak for Detroit. So Detroit might be able to be had at a cheaper price than usual in a game versus the Blue Jackets. So
I
that
see
is something to
Detroit
look
at
at.
minus 178.
That's too high for right. Never mind. Take that back. I was expecting them to come in at like a minus 150, minus
And I
140.
see the Canes at minus 150.
I like that. I might do a three-way money. Nah. A lot of their games go to overtime with the Islanders. I might just take normal money line and parlay it with something. That's probably what I would do because the Canes, they might not win in regulation, but they'll probably win, especially if it goes to overtime. They're beating the Islanders. The Islanders have gotten them in this year in overtime.
Yeah,
Yes.
they all their games, their last 5 games between all of each other are 1 point
One
difference.
goal games. One goal games, yeah. And the Islanders stay in one goal games. I mean, so do the Canes, don't get me wrong, but the Canes will also blow teams out. The Islanders won't do that so much anymore unless they're playing toilet bowl teams. Tell me this. You're looking at odds right now. Tell me what the odds is on Philly versus Toronto.
138 Toronto plus 115 Philly.
That's too tight. I don't like that. I don't like that. You have the odds up, so this is perfect. I can ask you some of this. What's the odds on the Devils and the Penguins?
Penguins plus 130, Devils minus 156.
Devils three-way might work there. Both those teams are toilet bowl right now, parlay. Complete toilet bowl. They're like the only time they win is when they play against like teams against each other. So
Yeah, they're both like 500.
and they're on like
A
rough
little,
losing.
or the Penguins are like a little bit above.
Ooh, is Nashville over minus 250 tomorrow?
Yeah, way over minus 350.
Jeez. Oh, game of the night. Check the Golden Knight Lightning's spread. They'll cancel each other out
126 Lightning minus 152 for the Vegas.
because they're gonna cancel each other out. Remember everything I said about Lightning getting tightened up around this time of the year?
Yeah,
Pretty much. Let me define that for you, parlay. All the teams that have won a cup in the last couple years, so like Vegas, Tampa, and Colorado, I expect them to be like up and ready to go around this time of the year.
Sorry. All right, I like it.
I just wanted to ask you about Tuesday because you had all the odds right in front of you, so it was easier.
Yeah, you need any more odds?
No. But at that point, they're gonna move by tomorrow, so it's something to highlight. And then plus, if I do, I can text you later for some other stuff. Most of the games I was looking at Tuesday, the odds on the Vancouver game doesn't matter until the game tonight. So
There's no.
yeah, exactly. 'Cause the odds won't be out because Buffalo has to play tonight before they play Vancouver tomorrow.
There's not college basketball tonight.
I think there's NIT maybe.
Why can't I see it? Is that not Division One? Or what do I have to do? NIT?
It is Division One. Oh no, it's tomorrow. There is no basketball today. It is tomorrow.
Dang, that's crazy.
There is no college basketball today.
All right. Well, that just means I have
You
a
want to
whole.
get into your NBA play for tonight?
I don't have an NBA play exactly yet, but we can go through some futures for college basketball if you want.
For sure.
Pull up this bracket. I did see that Patino's pretty mad right now. He didn't make it.
Patino, you didn't make it. UVA did. Aha. The Big East, only 3 Big East teams, fake ass #1 conference in the country. Big 12 on top. I had to get my licks in at all the Big East teams talking trash to Virginia.
Nah, you're good. Oh, it says. Dude, I was trying to figure out how the Sharp Report had college basketball on their thing today, and it wasn't.
Oh.
It's like first, like who? What? Whatever. All right.
Dang, shout out Peter Yan, man. When he made us money 2 weeks ago, he did it on a torn ACL, man. Shout
Really?
out Peter Yan, yeah.
So tomorrow, Wagner, Howard, and UVA playing tomorrow.
Man, you know where I gotta go with, man. The line's already moving and it's gonna be Colorado State's gonna win the game, bro. The line's already starting to move in their favor. It went from 1.5 to 2.5, I think already. But if I'm talking as a homer, UVA's gonna go in there and cause some madness.
I like Howard in the other matchup.
I think they're in a similar situation as Wagner. Line's moving in their favor. Colorado's gonna beat Boise State, and the Mountain West is gonna be pissed.
Who? Colorado? Yeah.
Colorado's gonna beat Boise State, and the Mountain West is gonna be pissed.
I want to show me those games.
They're on Wednesday.
Oh, they're on Wednesday.
Yeah, well, we're talking futures. So yeah, if you really want to talk futures, man, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Look out for BYU to get to at least a Sweet 16, man. Maybe Elite 8.
Yeah.
Look out, man. They got an not easy path, but they got a solid path. And for them to go to the Elite 8, they got to go through Iowa State, a team they're 1-1 with this year. Each team won on a home court. BYU played closer on the away court than Iowa State played on the away court going to BYU. BYU plays a similar type of basketball.
Got it pulled up.
Now they're gonna have to upset. I think if I'm not mistaken, BYU's gonna have to upset Illinois. Is what it is.
BYU has upset Illinois
before they get to Iowa State in the Sweet 16. Yeah, I mean in the Elite 8.
Iowa State's gonna get that look back.
On who?
What? BYU. Didn't BYU beat them?
They're 1-1 this year.
Yeah, because whoever I said told in that group chat that Iowa State was a good team. It's like, oh, what? When BYU won, I guess. I really don't care. I didn't bet on it.
Parlay funny, man.
But nah. So it's the futures we got. I want to see what you think about it. I know you like UConn best.
I officially put them in my bracket. Yeah.
Nice.
Houston's my second lean. Yeah, you just don't like you don't like Houston.
Houston stinks.
Better than a lot of other teams you looking at. Bro, you know South Carolina's minus 135.
That's why they lost in the Big 12 championship.
Listen to this. You know that's South Carolina's minus 135 to win the women's national championship. They're minus money to win the title. Minus money. A 64-team tournament.
You know what that means? Bet LSU.
LSU is plus 750 and Iowa's plus 700.
I like that.
Nah,
LSU gets hot. LSU's gonna be pissed off if they play again.
Bro,
because that tall girl in South Carolina likes to start fights.
Did you see Haley Van Leet, what she said after Middle Tennessee drew her old team Louisville? She's like, Middle Tennessee better beat their ass.
Nah, I didn't see that. I don't pay attention to her. But Iowa State, bro, 2,200. You cannot take that.
You think so?
Yeah, I know so.
I don't think they're surviving UConn and Auburn's region.
Auburn's about to fold.
The Bammer and U's coming out parlay.
Well,
I got them folding too, but I don't got them folding till around like the Sweet 16.
That's fine.
Yeah.
As long as they don't make it to the Final Four.
Oh, bro, they're not. No, none of these teams are getting out of UConn's region. They're in UConn's region, bro. You can be blessed. Auburn's not getting out of there versus UConn. They're losing to UConn in the Sweet 16.
Hey, Siri says she doesn't see Bless in my contacts, so she doesn't know what you're talking about.
Nah, man. There's a couple upsets I do like. I think we're gonna cover it more intently on Thursday when we're putting in bets. But hey, that McNeese upset is kind of everyone's kind of on it, so it gets me a little worried. But McNeese does look
Everyone's
tempting versus Gonzaga.
they're starting to figure out McNeese State is actually good.
New Mexico's already favored versus Clemson in the 11-6 matchup.
Give me Clemson.
Bro, that's one of the few where I'm like, I don't know. I can see it, bro. New Mexico's nice. They actually won the Mountain West, not like all these other Mountain West teams. Well, Mountain West tournament, not this season. There's a couple. Also, let me tell you this right now. Hot take: Purdue might not get past TCU if they win in the first round, man. I'm telling you this right now. TCU gets in out of the first round, and Purdue they meet up. TCU might be the team. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. I don't like Purdue. I have them.
Hey, man. Tell me
They
why.
have more than Zach Edey, though.
Oh, they do. Is that Lance Jones, Braden Smith, whatever his name is? Yeah, they do. Don't mean it's going to work, but they do.
Yeah, there's 2 Braden Smiths in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
One plays tackle. One plays basketball.
Nah, but there's not really super a lot to cover right now besides supers. Besides futures, and also Arizona's not going far in the tourney. I don't know why their odds are so high to win, man. They're not going that far.
How do you know
in the
that?
tourney. They're not going that far, bro. They don't play defense.
You know who else doesn't play defense?
Yeah, y'all not going that far in the tourney either.
If we can just make one shot, we might go a little far.
You might get to the. I think you guys get to the 316 and run into UNC.
Oh, not like that. I talk so much shit to UNC fans.
You're in UNC's bracket, and UNC is the one team that plays defense. Is a senior-led team. Like it's the worst situation for you guys.
But we're probably gonna lose to College of Charleston, honestly.
People are picking you guys to lose to them. What is this?
Dude, I called it like 3 nights ago.
And isn't Charleston like nice? I'm not up to speed. Yeah, man.
I've been watching them a little bit this year. They're gonna beat us.
Man. Jeez.
At 3s too.
Tell me how St. Peter's got in and now Tennessee got to deal with them.
Tennessee's gonna lose. Who do they play?
St. Peter's.
They play them first?
Yeah. 15 seed. St. Peter's after winning.
And they're a 2 seed. They're gonna lose. It's gonna be Middle Tennessee State all over again.
Nah.
Down goes Tennessee.
Also, while we're announcing it, I just would like to say this. I find it hilarious how all you Caleb Williams haters thought the Bears were gonna make some other mistake and do some hoopla.
Yeah, I'm a hater. I know. I was writing an article. I had to redo the whole thing. I'm having to redo the whole thing because
You're disappointed in yourself for wasting your time.
I wasted so much time, bro.
You hating wasted your time. How does that make you feel, Parlay? You hating wasted your time.
I always say
you couldn't even troll properly.
I always say people need to stop hating, bro, and I was fucking hating, bro.
You say this to other people all the time, and Caleb Williams, without even knowing you, just sunned you without even knowing he sunned you.
Bro, they got me. Bears got me. Bro, I was sitting there writing it.
And you get the alert, Justin Fields, Pittsburgh. What?
I went
because being honest,
I was so mad.
Unbiased, knowing what now is in Chicago now. Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, solid O-line, DeAndre Swift, Clement's a good tight end. They're going to be good, man, regardless of who the QB was. But when you put Caleb Williams there, it's one of the best situations a rookie QB could ever walk into with a good defense on top of it.
Who's his wide receivers, though?
What do you mean? Keenan Allen and DJ Moore?
I think DJ Moore is gone.
He's on a 4-year deal.
Buddy.
See, this is the hater coming out right now, man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is the hater coming out right now.
I thought they traded him.
How are they gonna trade him and have him for 1 year, man? Where was they gonna send DJ Moore, man? Where?
Steelers, like they sent everyone else to.
Oh, you're wilded. You're wilded. Yeah, you was just trying to.
But no.
You started that first, and then you realized you was tripping.
DJ Moore, a 31-year-old Keenan Allen.
Don't say that like he didn't just dominate the half of the season this year.
Yeah, and Mike Williams is 28. They're keeping him. They might as well keep.
He got cut. He got cut.
Oh, he did get cut.
Both of them, bro. The Chargers went full Greg Roman, man.
Yeah, they waited. They got the one trade. That was smart.
For a 4th rounder, my guy.
Better than nothing.
You're right on that. But still,
they could have released him.
Like they did with Mike Williams.
Exactly. Have nothing.
I think they're gonna take Neighbors or whoever's the number 1 receiver at 5.
Who? Bears? They need
No, the Chargers.
Oh, the Chargers are taking Marvin Harrison.
Depends on what.
No. The Chargers are taking Joel. The Chargers are taking Joel.
No, I think they're taking the receiver. After the moves they just did, they have to take a receiver now at this point. And I think they're going to take the number 1 receiver. They have Rashawn Slater. They don't need a left tackle. People don't understand.
I know. Arizona's going to take Marvin Harrison.
That's the thing. We don't know if they're going to be the team that Minnesota gets to bite the bait and trade out with. Arizona has the most picks in the draft. They don't need to trade out.
They have a lot of picks.
But they can also they can bend Minnesota over a barrel for this trade, more or less.
Yeah, no, I had a trade in the article originally for this, and it was for 3 first-round picks, but
the value based off Travis
and not so. I don't think they're gonna trade up for 3 first-round picks for fucking JJ McCarthy when they can get him at 11 or wherever they're.
They won't. He's not making it to 11. The Giants would take McCarthy at 6.
Giants need to take Malik Neighbors.
And they probably will if McCarthy's off the board. But I think they're going to take – I wouldn't be surprised. They can get out of this Daniel Jones deal this year.
I don't understand why you're trading up for J.J. McCarthy.
Well, the Vikings literally have – brother, the Vikings literally have no choice.
Sam Darnold. They have Sam Darnold.
I'm going to be honest with you. J.J. McCarthy is not the bad prospect you think he is. He threw 41 touchdowns at 21 years old. Come on.
His combine was terrible.
His pro day was actually no. He had one of the hardest thrown balls out of all the QBs.
He threw it far, but he overthrew everyone.
I'm talking about I wasn't talking about far. I was talking about power. So that's what I meant.
Well, I just know he overthrows everyone.
We'll see, man. I think he's gonna be solid if you go to a place like Minnesota, which is, if not for Chicago. Minnesota is definitely the number 1. Minnesota is. We just don't know if they're taking a rookie quarterback. If they take a rookie quarterback and start a rookie quarterback, it is the best situation we've ever seen a rookie quarterback walk into. Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, Aaron Jones, T.J. Hawkinson. That's insane.
Don't the Giants have 3 quarterbacks though?
No, they have like Tommy DeVito as their backup or something like that.
They have Daniel Jones, Tommy DeVito, and
Tyrod left.
They have Drew Lock.
Oh, they did just trade for sign Drew Lock. They did just sign Drew Lock. But I mean, that's also like.
I think league neighbors and they'll wait a year.
And here's the thing: you might be right, but you know what this also means? From 11 to where Minnesota is to 4.
They can get the number 1 pick next year.
This is kind of what I was getting at, Parlay. Whether it's the Giants or not, from where Minnesota is to where the Chargers and the Giants are. Someone will jump them for a QB for JJ before he gets to their pick. He's not making it to 11, I don't think, anymore. Because of all this hoopla and everything, and he's actually talented. I can't lie, he's talented, kid. He's solid, man.
So Denver likes him.
Denver might end up getting the short end of the stick with Bo Nix, in my opinion. That's where I think the fall off is. I don't think the fall off's with JJ. I think it's after JJ.
Well, I think they'd go, from my research, I think they would go Penix before Bo Nix.
And maybe they can get him in the second round and take a position of need in the first round.
I think they're both going to end up going in the...
You think we're getting 6 quarterbacks in the first round?
We might get 6 quarterbacks.
Jeez.
At least 5.
You know what this means? Spencer Rattler's going to end up going second round off because of all this BS. Because someone's going to take QB in the second.
He's
the next QB after Penix. Rattler is.
Penix, I feel like Bo Nix is falling, but I've seen
I definitely think it's the top four
Minnesota,
QBs and then the rest.
Minnesota, and who's the other team we were just talking about?
Denver.
Denver. They both like JJ and Penix.
And which one of them is gonna put? Here's the thing: Minnesota already.
That's what's being pushed out.
I'll tell you this: Minnesota already kind of just checkmated Denver because one, they're ahead of them in the draft order.
And
Two,
they
they
have
have
a
more. They ha- exactly they have more assets now.
but
And
they could
honestly,
also use that other pick for like a defensive player.
so you want me to tell you my opinion? Because you know the next pick. So let me just talk about my team because we're in this situation too with the quarterbacks and stuff. We're number 2.
I got y'all taking Jaden.
Bro, I don't know. I think we might take May.
Whatever.
You said whatever. Unless you bet on it, bro. I'm being serious. Like,
No, I didn't bet on it.
okay, well then yeah, bro. I'm trying to be honest with you. Like, our front office is hush hush on this. So whatever you're hearing is fugazi. Like, none of the stuff you're hearing. Our front
I'm
office.
not hearing anything. I'm just pushing that out.
Okay, well that's one thing because I honestly don't know, man. I don't know. I can see it both ways. I can see them going on because you know what it comes down to. Drake May is the higher upside potential quarterback.
Yeah.
It depends on if you want to
But
win now with Jaden Daniels, who's a little bit more ready and to go,
Jaden
versus
Daniels could put a little weight on, and he would be really, really good.
you're right, but Drake May already has that frame.
I know.
That's
I
the thing, and
research.
it's like,
But he doesn't have the like.
bro, he didn't play with Brian Thomas and throwing the ball
Yeah.
to Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors and having Will Campbell block. This
He
all-star
had
team on LSU
Watkins.
offense.
He had Quez Watkins, and he had Josh Downs. He did have some good people.
But you know what my point is.
They weren't on the team at the same time. Yeah, I get it. But
Not even just that, bro. I'm not even talking about just, bro. Brian Thomas and Neighbors
me,
are going first round.
Josh Downs.
Went third round. I'm sorry. I love Downs. I have him on my dynasty team.
I
I'm
know
getting
he
real.
went third round. That's why we don't trade our third, fourth, fifth.
You're like, that's why you're getting all frustrated about this Snead trade.
Because that's Kyrie Jackson.
Nah, man. But I keep getting distracted. The reason I was bringing up the Commanders is because I think we might trade back into the first round for an offensive tackle.
That would be good.
Because we have, you know how many early
I
seconds?
think,
2 early
I
seconds
think you'll get 7 offensive tackles off the board
in the first?
in the first.
Potentially. And, like, I think we like Jordan Morgan out of Arizona.
I love Jordan Morgan.
Yeah.
He should have went first round last year, but he had the ACL, I think. So, and then he's coming back now. He's super athletic. He's huge.
Yo, is Olu falling down draft boards?
Who?
Olu from Penn State. He was supposed to go top 5 beginning of the year. And now he's like 15 to 20 in some drafts. Yeah, the Penn State tackle.
Is he falling? I don't know. I still think he'll go to like, what did I say? 1 second. Titans. 7.
You don't think they take Joe Alt?
I think Joe Alt's already gone.
I think the Chargers are taking a receiver. That's the difference. Because the Chargers don't need a tackle. And if they do, it's a right tackle, which would be J.C. Latham.
Yeah, but Joe can. Joe, you're not passing on Joe. Go. Have you looked at his?
To play your right side.
Have
to
you
play
seen
your
his
right side,
RAS? Have you seen his RAS?
brother. Have you
He's
seen
best tackle
Rashawn Slater
available.
play?
Bro, he's the best tackle available. I
Their
promise.
left side is fine. Like that's like it's not a position of need. You don't you take best available, and at that point, it's the receiver. It's Malik Neighbors.
I don't know.
That's me personally. I mean, and then you move to 6 with the Giants. You also have to look at it this way: if the Cardinals trade out, then it's all hell break loose because everything's moving back. But if the Cardinals don't trade out, MBH goes 4. Neighbors is gonna be sitting there. I will not be surprised if because who's the Chargers gonna throw? Who's he gonna throw the ball to? Quentin Johnson? Quentin Johnson don't know how to catch the ball.
That's what they betting on.
But the thing is, listen though.
They just told you they betting on it.
Listen though. They're more set on the offensive line than they are at receivers. So in my opinion, I feel like they're gonna have to, especially with the receiving class top end. Malik Neighbors is a can't miss wide receiver 1 type talent. I really feel like they're gonna draft him there. Because then, you know what you're going to see? The Giants are going to have to take Roma Dunze. And if that happens, Joe Alt's sitting right there for the I think you just don't want Joe Alt in the Titans.
They got Peter Skoronsky last year.
Aren't they playing him on the right side, though?
I don't know. I don't want them to have two great tackles, though.
Their bookends are good. Like, it makes more sense for Tennessee because they signed Calvin Ridley and they have D-Hop still.
I mean, I still haven't taken a tackle.
Just not the best one.
Not a good one.
You have to take an Olu. Which comes back to what my conversation was originally.
Then I have Dallas Turner at 8 to the Falcons. They're pretty
Bro,
loaded.
you see what's so they just came out while we were talking about this? Daniel Jeremiah put out, I wouldn't be surprised if Neighbors ended up being the first wide receiver off the board. I love MVH and Odunze, but Neighbors brings a different element. It'll come down to preference of style, but I guarantee you some Neighbors will have Neighbors at the top of the list.
If it's Arizona, I think they're taking Marvin, bro.
I agree.
You can't not take. I mean, my article, when I write about Malik Neighbors, I say he might be better than Marvin Harrison. He had the same exact year, only better, like a little bit better with yardage, but because he had Jaden Daniels and not a nobody.
Want me to tell you my honest opinion looking back on LSU offense this year?
Great.
Oh, like, all-star team.
All-stars.
You can't take weight in it for the NFL, in my opinion.
I think Brian Thomas
might be a bust.
Very, very underrated.
He might be a bust.
I don't know.
It depends on if he can develop a route.
I think Donnie Mitchell might be a bust.
He's the one that might be good. He actually has a route tree.
The fast guys are never good, though.
They're both the fast guys.
Yeah, but the fastest is never good. Like, look
but
at
the
John
difference is Brian Thomas ran two routes all year. He ran a hitch route and a go. No lateral movement in his routes.
Hey.
Malik Neighbors ran all the tough routes.
I like Malik Neighbors better, but I think Brian Thomas is.
I think A.D. Mitchell is much better talent-wise, especially for what he showed, because he was the Texas wide receiver 1. Because Xavier Worthy was doing the same thing Brian Thomas was doing, just the deep shots and all this stuff. A.D. Mitchell was getting open, going over to across the middle, doing all this stuff. So, yeah, we'll agree to disagree on those two receivers. But honestly, I keep getting distracted because I was trying to bring up the main point of what I was saying about the Commanders, because it wasn't even about the first round what I was bringing up. You saw the trade that we made for Sam Howell recently, right?
Yeah, I did.
You saw how we came up a little bit?
What did you? I didn't see what you get. I just saw you trade away a bum, and I was just sitting there like this. Because all these motherfuckers who told me that Sam Howell was this, Sam Howell that.
You're pointing at
bullshit.
I was the one screaming from the rafters that we needed to get him off the roster.
Bro, I was in arguments with people like heated arguments. I'm getting yelled at saying I don't know ball because Sam Howell was going to be great.
Parlay, you know how many people told me I'm
and because
idiot?
Eric Bieniemy was the offensive coordinator, they were fine.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's true.
He's a running back.
Eric Bieniemy is a horrible offensive coordinator.
He's a running back.
That doesn't mean he's not a quarterback. Yeah, he's not a good offensive coordinator. But at the end of the day, that doesn't excuse Sam Howell being good or not. Is my point. Sam Howell. I was arguing with fellow Commanders fans for most of the season and in the offseason that, yeah, Sam Howell looked good for the first 4 games of the season when people didn't really know what we were doing. Bro, once he can't read, he was just chucking it and just using arm strength for throws. And when in this situation on this team, you can't do that. You can't. You got to be able to make the reads and actually make the throws. We also gave him ample opportunities to throw because we barely ran the ball. So there was just so much going on there, which like the main thing I was happy with is we upgraded our 5th and we turned a 7th into a 6th, and we turned a 4th into a 3rd. So we sent them a 4th with Howell and a 7th, and then we got a 3rd and a 5th back. Nice. So we upgraded those 2 picks. So now we have 3 third-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and we have a first. So we have 6 picks between day 1 and day 2. 6 picks. So we're gonna be the Commanders' talent is gonna be there this year, bro. Like this is the year where if Adam Peters hits, this might be the year the Commanders actually do alright.
Oh, have you seen Frank Crum?
Huh?
You need to look up this guy named Frank Crum.
Who is he?
Look him up.
But who is he?
He's an offensive tackle from Wyoming.
Okay, is he nice?
Very nice, but look him up. He had a great combine, but he's got something better.
Frank what?
Crum, Crum. He's got a beautiful head of lettuce, man. A beautiful.
I just saw it. Yeah.
Reminds me of the guy from North Dakota State last year, whatever his name was, Dylan, something like that. Oh yeah, and he started first year, so dude, that guy's gonna be great, bro. I'm telling you. And he's a easy day 2, day 3 guy.
Jeez. Okay. Snap. Well. Hold up. Enough of this draft talk, man. We had a little fun. Sorry for the noise. I threw something in the recycle bin. No, I think we pretty much me and Parlay both know this is one of the worst betting nights of the year from the calendar year. You'll see from us. We're not gonna. The only thing I did was Caps money line on the show tonight, so I couldn't really find anything. We will be back though because on our Thursday show, however. It's gonna be one of the biggest single day slates of the week in the next 6-month period. So when we have a full college basketball slate that we will bleed into with our show, we have a full NHL slate that night. We're gonna have an NBA slate, of course. It's gonna be a big day on Thursday. So we'll load up. We'll be ready. We'll be then by then. So that's Parlay. This way.
That's Matt.
That way. Gamblers. We see y'all on Thursday. Sayonara.
I was just about to say sayonara. What the heck? Deuces, everybody.
Whenever I bet, I can change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.